What they did on July 2nd, they came back with the verdict of guilty. On July 3rd, they came back with the death penalty. On July 4th, they went home and partied. And our vow was, there'll never be another party in this city without the resistance of people who oppose to the injustice of what happened to Mumia Abu-Jamal.
My name is Sundiata Sadiq, and Brother Hans had a beautiful display, the article that I did on black leadership, crisis in black leadership. And I'm glad to be here in Philadelphia today, July 4th. Could be picnicking. You know where picnic comes from? Pick a nigga, that's what they used to say when they was going to hang our brothers and sisters. So what I'm doing now, I'm picking on something. And that is in my article, Crisis in Black Leadership. And what we want the black leadership to do is to live up to their promises that they made in 1995 and 1999 to support freedom of Mumia Abu-Jamal. I mean, Dick Gregory, Reverend Sharpton, Mr. Farrakhan. We want them to come out and show themselves, because Lynn Abrams has said that she's going to seek the death penalty for Mumia. So all that black leadership back in 95 and 99, we want you to come out, brothers. We don't want this to be like Stanley Tucci Williams when you come out at the last minute and offer him a job or talk to the governor. The head of the NAACP told me that they were going to meet with Governor Ed Rendell about Mumia. Here's a man that promised to execute Mumia. So why should you meet with Governor Ed Rendell and not meet with Pam Africa, Hans Bennett, and all those people that know something about the case? So you Negroes, we're coming at you, we're coming to see you. We want you to live up to your promises.
We went up in the beginning of May. We went to SCI Green to visit with Mumia. We were discussing a lot of things. We were talking about the recent decision. You know, and he was extremely strong in just continuing to fight for justice in his case. You know, he's under absolutely no illusions at all about this decision, and he knows that they're just attempting to keep him in prison for the rest of his life. I've been extremely fortunate to have gone up probably over 25 times in the past 5 years or so. Mumia's personality is extremely warm. The first time that I went to visit him, you know, for the first hour or two of the visit, I didn't even realize that his arms were in shackles. And that is because of how freely he speaks and how freely he moves, and he's extremely expressive with his body in, you know, telling stories. He does different voices, you know, he acts out the story the same way in his commentaries, how you'll hear him, you know, sing certain things, you'll hear him act certain things. That all comes from like the love that he has on a personal level with people, and you can really feel that when you're speaking with him.
Get the Hawaiian land back. Get Puerto Rico back to the Puerto Ricans. And keep your hands the hell off of Cuba. Get out of Iraq. Get out of Iran. Get out of Afghanistan. Stop police brutality on our children.
I read all the evidence and everything, and eventually I was convinced that, hey, this man got railroaded, he's innocent, and there was definitely some racism involved in his case. This is a Philly shirt, but I got my buttons on, so. From me and the Move 9.
Don't get upset by the word motherfucker, but get upset by the people that is causing our children to go to war on someone else's children. Bombing in the name of the red, white, and blue.
expect something higher, a higher bar, because these men and women are appointed for life. They don't run for office. They can serve as long as they...
I've been working on a film project for several years now, just kind of documenting the movement and the story of what's going on with Mumia and the movement to free him. There's a lot of fascinating things about this issue that I feel like haven't been covered and don't necessarily reflect like my experience with the movement. There's a lot of key figures in the movement that have helped it sustain for so many years, and I feel like they never get very much credit or mention in a lot of documentaries or productions about what's going on. And I also think just the fact that, like, you know, this movement has lasted for 26 years, become an international worldwide movement, and yet was, like, on paper, the folks that started it had everything against them, you know, very little resources, very little money, very little anything, and yet we're able to pull off this amazing thing. And I think in understanding the experiences of a lot of people in this movement paints a really interesting picture of Philadelphia and kind of the contemporary criminal justice system in America.
The 4th of July is just that. It's a damn lie. How many indigenous people do you see celebrating this lie?
None. My father's case, he's been in jail for 36 years, Russell Maroon Shoatz. He's housed at the SCI Green Prison where Mumia is also housed. Maroon has been incarcerated for 36 years. He's now experiencing some real heart issues and shortness of breath, and I've even been called by the prison to come and do an emergency visit with him. We can flood the prison with calls and jam their fax machine, and that works also. But our main concern now is to hold these medical agencies who's providing medical care for inmates in the prison. We got to hold them responsible. So we just recently found a Dr. Schaefer, who is the chief of staff for all the Pennsylvania Department of Correction physicians. So we're going to see what he does. If he doesn't come through with a stress test for my dad, then we're going to bombard his office in Camp Hill and, you know, wake up his little cozy seat and make him responsible. I mean, we don't know what kind of state medical care that the inmates are going to get, but we want the best possible. So I want to thank Mumia's Coalition, all the supporters for my dad. Thank you, Hans, for taking this time out, and let's keep fighting.
August the 8th will mark 30 years since the Philadelphia government came with hand grenades, thousands of pounds of ammunition, thousands of pounds of water pressure, came into the village of Powelton Village, beat, maimed, killed their own cop, a cop that was killed with a policeman's bullet, and it was blamed on my family. 30 years ago, we've been protesting. It is evident that Move is innocent, just as it's evident that Mumia Abu-Jamal is innocent. The parole board has put out that if Move do not say that they have remorse for the murder of police officer James Ramp, then they will not be paroled. It is evident that Move is innocent. Move will never say in 30 years, Move has not stated that they were guilty. And because Move is not guilty, it is not up to the parole board to extend Move's time in jail. We all stand for justice. We stand for true freedom. And down with this rotten ass system. We're gonna free Mumia Abu-Jamal. Brick by brick and wall by wall, we gonna free Mumia Abu-Jamal. No justice, no peace. Mumia Abu-Jamal, release. No justice, no peace. Mumia Abu-Jamal, release. No justice, no peace. Tell me Abu-Jamal release, no justice, no peace. Tell me Abu-Jamal release.
We standing here on the 4th of July. This is the biggest contradiction that exists in the world. They preach justice, equality, democracy, and freedom. They give us all these buzzwords, but when in reality, that's not the case. We are not on their side. We never will be on their side. The line was drawn a long time ago, and really, it's just a contradiction. With the Panthers up in Queens, justice for Sean Bell. With Camacho Negron, with Ojeda Rios. Freedom for Oscar Lopez, time to get an appeal. I'm with Abu-Jamal, I'm with Asada Shakur. I'm with the compas in the Mokali getting a penny more. Which side are you on? Shaw City, which side are you on? South Bronx. How's Mumia on death row and Dick Cheney's free? And if Bush loves rice, why you hate the Chinese? And if Bush loves dick, why you hate LGBTs? We need more college recruiters and less recruiters for the army. That's what it is, y'all. Freedom from Mumia Abu-Jamal. My name is Rebel Diaz. That was a little freestyle off the top.